Ready to go out thrifting and then see what I got? Stay tuned and we're gonna do it. Hi, I'm Tanya with FreeRangeCottage, and not too long ago I took a day and just decided to go out and do a little thrifting. I had seen some garage sales on Facebook Marketplace and decided to go visit them. My expectations were not very high, but I'm going to show you what I found. I was pretty excited. I just took a couple of pictures and video of one of the sales that I went to, and this doesn't seem to look at first glance like I would find anything, but I just hung around and dug around, and I think you'll be surprised with what I found. They actually had some beautiful things in this place. And this is the one that got away. I loved this rustic star, and I just thought it'd be so cute on my German schmeared fireplace, change out the lights a little bit. But unfortunately, the guy that was running the sale went and asked his wife, and she said she wasn't quite ready to get rid of it yet. So I wasn't able to grab that one. Maybe next year I'll have to make one for myself. But it was a fun day and the weather was beautiful. So now I'm going to go on to the haul and you'll see what I found. Okay, are you ready for the haul? I just showed a small amount of the shop with me part because these other places that I got things are places that I had already shown you, and I wanted to get to the good stuff. So I'm just going to start with the things that I found at this garage sale slash, they called it an estate sale, but it was more like a garage sale or a warehouse sale or something. And I have everything wrapped up in a box, so there's going to be some paper crinkling. And the first thing that I found was just this really pretty fern print. I loved, of course, the chippy white frame, and you can see I paid $1 for it. And it's actually a blue fern, and I think it'll mix well with quite a few prints that I have. I have those Audubon prints and stuff, and I was going to mix a little bit in with that. So I loved that find. Not everything I found was vintage. Some was and some wasn't, but I'm not opposed to new items if they're the right price and I like them. People ask what I look for in certain things, and I don't look for any certain pedigree or age or anything. I just, if I like it and it fits my style, then I grab it. And especially if the price is right. Okay, next. Okay, this is kind of like Christmas for me. It's even in Christmas wrap because it's been a couple weeks since I went and I don't remember everything. This was just a plain pottery crock, and it was $2. And I always love these just basic crocks for plants or just anything looks great in them. And also a lot of people do the stamping or the IOD transfers and stamps and stuff, and I haven't tried that yet. I have a couple and I would like to try that. So for $2, I thought this is a cute vintage crock. Next, what I found was I found some blue and white things, and those always catch my eye. And I found this piece for $5. I'm going to show it to you up close. It's got the windmill scene on it. It looked like the Delftware type of pottery to me. Now it says, I'll show you the bottom. Rington's Limited Tea Merchants, Newcastle on Tyne, I believe. And it looks like it has some wear to it. I believe it's possibly vintage, but I just loved it. They used all these old store stickers. A lot of them say fabric and stuff. Were these beautiful little, I think they say mustard. It says England on the bottom. And I think somewhere it said that these were mustard jars. And again, with the windmill pattern. So pretty. I thought they were cute for just little water glasses. Let's see. I think I paid $1 for these. I don't see the price. Yes, Dutch grained mustard. Export by, it's from the Netherlands. You can see it's still got the tag there, and that's how I knew. These were little mustard jars, and I always like to hold them up next to me so you can kind of see the size. So cute. And I got 4 of those for, I think they were $1 a piece. I don't see a price on them here, but I think they were $1 a piece. And I just think they're beautiful, and they don't have any cracks or chips or anything. They were in excellent condition. And don't forget to check our Etsy store. Some of the things I show end up on there, and I think we've got over 50 listings right now. Rob is the one that really handles the Etsy store and posts the items, but there are a lot of great unique pieces in there if you're looking for gifts or for just unique pieces for your home. A lot of these finds end up on there. Next, I found, these were $2 each, I believe, or I can't remember if it was for the set or they were each. It was probably the set, but these are these great milk glass, and these are marked Fenton. These are the Fenton glass hobnail, really pretty, no chips, no problems. And I really like it that they're kind of lower, which are really nice for dinner. I do use the higher candlesticks for if we're having dinner. It's just so nice to light a couple candles. I don't burn a lot of candles. I like to burn, or I like to use my essential oil diffuser more, because I just don't like the paraffin candles and what they, you know, off gas into your house. But for dinner, our candles and burning those just during dinner time. And also you can get, the soy are not as bad, but I especially love the beeswax candles. And these were just such a pretty find, I think. I know that milk glass, I know people here that watch are a yes on the milk glass, but unfortunately it's just not as popular as it once was. But I think everything goes in a cycle, and I think it'll come back around. But right now I see in flea markets and such whole cabinets full of milk glass, and it just doesn't seem to be moving really fast. But I just love the white, and I think it's a pretty classic and vintage style, so I think it'll come back around. And as I'm digging through the box, I find the other, yes, and there's $1 price tag on this one. I found the other 2 little jars. These would be great with candles in them also. Would be really cute. I may use these for Christmas decorations or even for spring. How pretty. Yes, spring will come. I have to keep reminding myself that. Most people have full Christmas decorations up, and I'm more of the, is it spring yet? Lots of paper. The next thing I found was a Pottery, handmade pottery mug here, and that was $2. And this is a gift, so do you do any of your gift shopping out and about at estate sales and thrift stores? Let me know in the comments if you do. I do a little bit of it. If I find something that is, maybe I know someone that collects something, or they like the handmade pottery or something like that, then I will definitely keep an eye out and buy those things for gifts. Okay, next I did find a couple of blue and white plates. This is a Johnson Brothers, and I know this is a specific pattern that I know certain people collect. I can't remember the name of the pattern, but this was $1, and it's sort of more of a salad or dessert plate size, but no chips, excellent condition. And then I found this squared off one, which I thought was so unique and cute. And again, $1. No chips, no cracks, just beautiful, marked with Johnson Brothers on the back. It does say dishwasher, freezer, and microwave safe. So these are obviously newer. They're not necessarily, they could be vintage as far as, you know, older than 20 years, but they're definitely not turn of the century or anything like that. Okay, so then I went down to another sale that was down the street from this one, and I found this hand-carved wooden cross. Very, very pretty. And it's pretty large size. I think I paid $5 for that, but it was just so beautifully done. It almost looks like a teak wood or something. And I think this is, I can't tell if this is attached or all carved out of one. I think it's actually attached, but I just thought it was so nicely done and felt really vintage, which I think it probably is. There's no markings or anything like that. Handmade by someone probably. Then I found these, and I was kind of laughing as I was putting them in the car because I know it's something that Rob would have, if he would have been with me, he wasn't with me, he would have tried to talk me out of. These were $1 a piece, and I love anything with the wicker. These are definitely vintage. I am sure these were probably out in a barn or something like that, because they definitely are a little worse for wear and have some serious dust in them. But I just think they add so much texture, and they're just give that antique and vintage feel right away. And let's see, oh, there's a really neat lid on it on that one. This one is worse off than the other one by far, but you can see there's like a really nice amber glass piece under there. So if you ended up having to remove this wicker because of the state of it, then you've still got a nice amber jug under there, but I'm not going to take it off. I really like it. This was also from that same sale, and I found this trophy cup, which it's quite heavy. It doesn't have any engraving or anything on it. It does have some detail work and some definite wear to it. But I really like the, oh, I just saw Dodge Incorporated, Los Angeles, Chicago, Newark, Miami, Z17. So I don't know, you guys, what do you think? I haven't looked anything up. I just have brought it in and it's been sitting in a box. But I just absolutely love the patina on it, obviously. And I think I'll definitely use this during Christmas decorations with some greenery out of there. What do you think of that? It's a nice size. I always love these trophy cups, and they're always super expensive. And I paid $2 for this one. So that was a great find. I was excited. Another cute little find was this little dog. And he is made in Japan. And I thought he was just really, really sweet. I'm always on the lookout for really cute little miniatures like this little dog. I'm actually always on the lookout for one that looks like our little Hazel, who passed away back in September, way too early. And so I'm always kind of looking to see if I can find one that looks like her. But this one was so cute, I couldn't resist. And I believe it was just $1 or $2. I can't remember how much I paid for that one, but it wasn't much at all. Next, I had stopped by the bins, and I usually don't have a whole lot of luck there, but I did find this sort of rusty, chippy heart. It was buried in the books that I was looking through, so otherwise I probably wouldn't have found it. But I just really liked the fact that it was weathered and worn, and I probably will use it on my shed door, or it may go in the Etsy. That's why I can't tell you always if something is definitely going to be in the Etsy, because first and foremost, I'm shopping for my house or for gifts or friends or what have you. But if I can't find the place or it doesn't work, a lot of times I'll put it on the Etsy. Now, some things we buy just because we know that it's vintage and it's desirable or something, and we buy it specifically to go in the shop. This one, I'm not sure. I may put this on my shed door. I'm definitely going to put some greenery in it, and we'll see how that looks, or even on my front door. I think it's a really cute piece, and it was probably about $1 at the bins. Along those same rusty goodness lines was this little watering can, and it has that rust patina on it. This was from Goodwill, and water does come out of it. It had quite a bit of rust when I first put it through it, but you could water with it. But I'm just thinking more decorative. You could put a sprig of something coming out of here, or just on its own, if you had a little collection of watering cans, or put it in a garden shed or garden room, or if you have lots of indoor plants. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons to have a cute little galvanized watering can like this, right? Then also at the bins, I happened to find some great books. I was kind of looking by color, and I found these red books. I think I've got this one upside down. I just like that they're vintage, and these were 50 cents a piece. And one of them is a dictionary, and another one is, this is very old. This is called The Mystery of Orcheval, and the other one's called Dragon Seed. And here they are from this side. You can see those nice pages on these older ones. And this one was from, I found so many books, you guys. This one needs some help on the binding. I also have one of my Dickens books that the binding is coming off like that, and I think I'm going to look into what kind of glue or how you're supposed to repair that. This one is from 1900. I don't know if you can see that. Looks like it was published in 1900. No wonder. Oh, copyright is 1871. And then another copyright in 1900. So I'm guessing this is probably from 1900. And I think my binding would be coming off too if I was from 1900. So I think it's holding up pretty well for that. And this one called Dragon Seed. I just love the pages on this one. Look at that. Looks like almost like handmade paper. Have you seen those journals with the handmade paper? They're just beautiful. And quite pricey, I might add, but I'm sure well worth it. And this is 1942. This one's from 1942, so quite a bit newer than that other one, but I think they look so great. This is just all faded and good, right? And then the dictionary is not nearly as old at 1986, but still definitely vintage. Definitely worn and patinaed. Since we're in kind of red books, this one's orange. So I found this at a different thrift shop. And this is Erica Wilson's embroidery book. And I just bought this for the content because it is a vintage book, I believe. But it's got all your stitches. It explains every type of sort of embroidery and needlework, so it's a really comprehensive sort of dictionary of needlework, which I really like. And I had been on the lookout for one of those. It's copyrighted 1973. So I had been on the lookout for something like this to practice my stitches without, I know that I could go on YouTube or on blogs and stuff, and those are super helpful to see someone do it. But sometimes you just want something slow. I don't know if that makes sense to everybody, but sometimes you just want to look at a book, and try it on your own and just take it slow like back in the day, right? Next, I found a whole lot of green books because I was just kind of looking for color. And I know maybe that's kind of going out of style, but I actually end up reading some of these vintage books, and I just love the patina and the age on them, and I'm just probably a hopeless book collector, period. So this first one is called Forever Amber, and it's got a really neat map and stuff in the beginning of London under Charles II. Sounds interesting. This is 1945, this one, and it was 50 cents at the bins. And this one is called Pirate's Purchase. This one was 1942, and that was 50 cents at the bins. Great Hymns of Faith. I really liked this one, and it says Eastgate Bible Chapel engraved on it. And trying to see when this would have been, doesn't really show, but these remind me of the old hymn books that I grew up with, and it's definitely got some age and wear on it. So really pretty with these other green ones. And believe it or not, I sit down with my grandkids sometimes and go through these and say, hey, do you know this one? Do you know that one? And of course they don't know any of them because they don't sing any of the old hymns. So I like to try to teach them a verse or two. And then this one was Old Homestead Tales, Paddletail the Beaver and His Neighbors. How cute is that? And that is from... Goodness, the pages are old. And I guess there's a series of these. And this one's from 1931. And this is volume 3. Volume 1 is The Bluebirds and Their Neighbors. Volume 2, The Mallards and Their Neighbors. Volume 3, Paddletail the Beaver and His Neighbors. And Volume 4, The Wild Creatures in Winter. So I think I may try to read this one with my my grandson likes animal stories, so we might try to get a little bit through this one and see how he likes it. And that again was 50 cents at the bins. And I have a lot more books to show you. I just don't know if they're in arm's reach here. Okay, and then a couple more for we were actually at a big thrift store in Eureka Springs, and they were having half off of all their books. We just happened to go up there one afternoon. I think it was last Sunday. And of course I beelined to the books because they were half off, and I didn't realize I hadn't been there in a long time, and their book collection had way expanded, and just loved what I found. For $2, I found this Rodale's Organic Gardening, Encyclopedia of Organic Gardening. And I love all the Rodale books because I remember when they were just getting started back in the day. This is from 1959. Well, that's a bit before my time, but just love it. A nice comprehensive reference book, but again, the gorgeous green. I couldn't resist. And this one I only paid a couple bucks for also, and it is so cool. It is called Cunningham's Textbook of Anatomy, and it's from 1951. It is a textbook from 1951, and I know if you've watched my other thrift hauls, I had found a vintage Grey's Anatomy book. I think it was from 1970-ish or 71. And I just absolutely love these vintage anatomy books, having, you know, studied so much of this myself in college. I guess being a registered nurse, I think I've told you before that I am, and I just love the anatomy books. And I actually do like to, my granddaughter actually for a time really liked to look through the anatomy books. And I remember liking to look through them when I was a kid. So I like to have them around. And these are very comprehensive. I mean, I don't know what it wouldn't cover right now as far as human anatomy. Then I also found at that thrift store these cute little galvanized funnels, and those were $1 a piece. They have like a screw bottom on them, but I just thought they'd be so cute. I know a lot of people decorate hooks on their shelves and things like that, and or just to use them creatively to sit up this way and put different, you know, maybe greenery in them or a plant. There's just a lot of things that you could do with these. Or me, I would probably put them out in my garden shed and actually use them for things, but I just thought those were really cute for $1 each. Also from that same thrift store, I've been kind of on the hunt for some fabrics because I actually have bought some patterns and I kind of wanted to get a little bit back into garment construction. Not anything too intense because I just haven't done it in such a while, but that's why I wanted to find and thrift some fabrics or even find vintage fabrics so that I could kind of play and have fun with that. And this is some yardage that I found. It's sort of a velvet, but it's not 100% cotton velvet, but it's got a really nice soft feel to it. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do with this yet, but I just absolutely loved the color on that. It's sort of that blue-green, the sea salt. Do you guys remember the sea salt paint that was so popular for a while in the farmhouse style? And that's what it reminds me of, just that faded blue-green. Just gorgeous. And I got a pretty good, I think I got 1.5 yards or 2 yards. So not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. Give me some ideas in the comments. I thought of pillowcases, but then I thought I wanted to maybe do something in the way of a garment, but so I don't know what exactly I would do with that. Give me some ideas. And then this piece is a smaller piece, unfortunately, because I just adore it. I'm gonna show it to you up close. It's sort of that earthy, creamy brown that's really getting popular right now. And then I looked on the selvage here and it says Nettle Creek hand screened print. So I got just, oh, I don't know, maybe 1.5 yards of that. I probably have more, I have more of the velvet than I have of this, but I just thought this would be so cute for home decor projects, or even, it's lightweight, so it'd have to be sort of a summer little short sleeve shirt, would be super cute. And then always there's, you know, my little grandkids. There's plenty of people I could sew things for. So I've been kind of on the hunt for some bigger yardages of fabric. I had bought some that were smaller pieces that I could turn into quilts or just small home decor items and stuff, but I'm just kind of looking for bigger yardage so that I could experiment with some things. Okay, still going. There's a lot to get through. This was a little terrarium that I found, and it does have the bottom on it. And I'm going to show you, it had this fake orchid in it, and it was just really dirty. And I just paid, I'm trying to think, I think I paid $3 for it, and I cleaned it all up. And I'm going to show you here what I ended up doing with it. I really like the amethyst in it better than a plant, and then I don't have to worry about it getting light and such. But I love a little terrarium, and this one has the actual leaded seams there. Sometimes they're not real well done, but I just really liked this one. It's heavier glass, so I thought that was a nice find. I couldn't resist this little cow planter, even though in the thrift store I just paid a few dollars for him, and in the thrift store he was just covered in dirt. And there's no mark on it. It almost seems like somebody made it. but just so cute with a little plant, or I don't know what else you would put. Maybe if you had little spoons that you use for your tea or something like that. But he's a real cutie. Next was a little crock. No marking or anything, but it didn't have the lid. But I just always think these are collectible and usable. And like I said, they're fun to put the transfers on. And that has from Goodwill, a $2.92 price on it. Also found this really nice patinaed rolling pin. I know a lot of people collect those and put them in groups in those crocks or somewhere like that, and just that wood adds that touch of that organic feel. And I thought this was a really pretty one. I think I paid $2 on that. How gorgeous is this piece? I believe it's Mexican pottery. It's not marked, but it looks like something that you would find there. No chipping, really in nice condition. And the colors, is it not just beautiful? Let me show you this up close. It's kind of a dark brown, almost a black. And then you see the terracotta, and then you've got these gorgeous flowers, all hand painted. And it's in excellent condition, and I paid $2 for that. Then I found this little Talavera Mexican pottery vase. And this one is kind of more on the petite side, but really cute bud vase, or, you know, a few flowers, just like on a bathroom counter, or just mixed in a grouping with other things. But the colors on it, again, so pretty. Excellent, perfect condition. No cracks or chips, or I always look for that. I know that some of the vintage or even antique pieces, the crazing is really popular and desirable, and occasionally they may have a chip here and there, but I really try to find things that aren't chipped up if I can help it. But some of them you're just using decoratively and you want that age on it, and you really can't even avoid it. Next were these Shiny Bright, and I was really surprised I found these for just about $1, because these are so popular. Now, I used to have just so many of them, and I would decorate my whole tree. I had pinks and blues and greens, and this was, gosh, a good 15 years ago or more, and I ended up passing all of those on because I got to where I didn't do as much Christmas decorating as I used to back in the day. But I'm going to open these so you can see each of them, because these will be going on the Etsy. And so we've got this one here. And as far as I know, I've looked at all these, I don't see any kind of cracks or anything. Of course, there is the patina and the wear on them, definitely. I'm trying to get out of my light here so you don't pick that up. But they're all in really good shape. So that was a gold and blue, and the other one was sort of that light blue. This is a silver. You can see it's got the wearing down of the silver. It almost looks like the sky or something. It's really pretty. And then we've got another one that's got the star on it and the glitter. Really cute. So if you decorate with these kind of colors, this is another one that's almost the ombre look to it. It's sort of a blue but silvery blue. I know it's hard to tell in the camera sometimes, but that is a set of 5 of those in the original box. And the box does have a little bit of a hole in the cellophane here, but otherwise it's in good shape. So if you were wanting the box, also I know a lot of times people that collect these things, the box, it says 6 pieces West Germany right there. And now I have kind of a fun find, and it might surprise you. It's these wooden shoes. And I just love the faded paint on these. They're a nice size, but they were always used to hang on the wall from what I can tell, because they have these hooks. And on this one, it says Dad. And on this one, it says Mom. So I thought they were really cute. And then on the back, it's got Holland. And on the back of this one, it's got a different kind of marking on that. I'm not sure what that is. It's some kind of maker's mark possibly. But I thought these would just be so cute hanging, and use them for, of course, at Christmas, they would be amazing with any kind of greenery or just as is, because it's almost the faded green and red there. But I also always am thinking of air plants coming out of them, or some sort of little plant in a pot. Of course, you'd have to protect the wood and everything. But then I was like, oh, why was I drawn to those? That's kind of a weird purchase. But then I just happened to see, I don't know if you go on Marion Parsons' Miss Mustard Seeds blog. I happen to go around to it every once in a while because I really like her and like her style. And sure enough, she's got a Christmas decoration picture up right now, and she's got 2 pairs of these up above it, up above a shelf, and it looked really cute. And I went, okay, that's validation enough for me that these just have a great patina to them. Okay, so not a home decor item, but I did find this cute little vintagey styled purse. You could just wear it on your shoulder or crossbody. And I loved the little chains on it. It's in really good shape, excellent condition. And just a little basic black purse when all you need is just your ID and your phone. This is big enough that you could fit your phone in it, but look at the cute chain work on it and the nice little clasp on the top. It's really cute. So that I paid, oh, I'm trying to remember, I think it was in the half off sale, so I paid just a couple dollars for it. And it looks like you can take the chains off also if you want just the handbag. And then along that same line, I found this actual vintage, I believe, and I am absolutely obsessed with it. I did pay $12 for it, but look at the clasp on there. Look at this tapestry looking fabric. It looks like possibly the 60s or the 70s to me. And it is in excellent condition. It doesn't have any kind of brand or anything that I could find. No tag, but I'm gonna show you. It's just excellent condition. Doesn't have any funny smells. You know, when you're going to look for clothing or purses or scarves or anything, you're always wanting to kind of give it the smell, the sniff test. But I just absolutely love this purse. It's a good size and the colors are just so kind of boho, and it could just go with so many different things. And I wear a lot of neutrals and stuff, so I thought it would be fun to jazz it up with the accessories like this. And I also found, I love hats, and I found this. I'm trying to think how much I paid for this one. Not a whole lot. Let me see. I washed it, and I have kind of a small head, but it might have shrunk up a little bit. But I just thought it was a fun hat. I especially love hats in the winter, and this houndstooth was just so cute. And we were debating back and forth. I'm going to come up close so you can see it. We were debating, we were holding it in different lights, and it was really hard to tell if it's brown and cream or black and cream, but I think I could wear it with either. So that I absolutely love about it too. Now, my daughter and I are going to go out this afternoon, and we're going to go thrifting for clothes and accessories and stuff. And I'm kind of wanting a jacket that I could wear with this. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that. I still have quite a few things to go. So I have some more books, But I also have, I was shocked to find this. There's one thrift store here in town that I usually don't find a lot of things, but then there'll be one or two things that are fantastic in there. And this is part of it. This is a piece. I have some pebbles in here because I had some things sitting in there, but that's a part of it. And you're gonna see what it is in a second. This is another part of it. Okay. And look at the patina on that brass. This is what I found. It's a scale, and I looked it up. It's heavy to hold, but I'm trying to show it to you. I looked it up, and from what I could find, it is an antique. It is an antique French wrought iron scale. And it is so beautiful. It does not have the little weights that go with it. And I looked around, and you can buy those separate if you actually wanted to weigh things on it. It would have been fun if that would have come with it. But I will take it just as is too. And I paid $35 for that. I actually was looking at it, and I asked at the thrift store if they were having any sales, and they were gonna have a half off sale, but not till the following week. And I thought, well, it might not be there. So I came home actually, and it was about closing time for the thrift store, and I kind of researched what that could be. I thought for sure it was a reproduction, and I thought, well, that might be too much to pay for a reproduction. But everything I found showed antique French scale, and they were in the 250, 350 range, 350 range. So needless to say, when they opened the next day, I went and grabbed that scale. This one is kind of a cottage core find, and it was just so cute. And I believe I paid $7. And this is actually wrapped around a brick. So it's a door stop. And look at the needle point on that. It's mushrooms, butterfly, and an owl. I mean, I don't know if you could get more 70s than those, but that is what's like super popular now. So I thought, how cute would that be, even up on a shelf, or to use as an actual doorstop upright like this. Just loved the colors on that, and I just thought it was something unusual. Okay, so I still have more books to share with you. So if you're a book lover or collector like I am, then you're gonna wanna watch this. We had found also up at that half off book sale, we found this Winston Churchill set, and they are just beautiful and in excellent condition. And it's the classic, A History of the English Speaking Peoples. I know my youngest son read some of this in high school, and this is from 1967. I love the colors on these. We paid, I believe it was $2 a piece, yes, for these. I say we because that was kind of a Rob pick. He had found those. I was in the books for a while, and he was like cruising around the store checking everything out. Finally, he kind of came over to the books and realized what the attraction was. There were all these great vintage books. Now, this one is called Commerce and Industry, and it was black. I kind of got, these were back in the bins, I remember. So I had gotten these two black ones, and so that was 50 cents. So this one was copyright 1916. And I almost think it might have been a school book. Somebody had to read this in school because there's a little bit of handwriting in the beginning. But otherwise, it's in really excellent condition. And it's kind of fun to have those signatures and different things in there too. And then I found this Leaves of Gold. And I just liked the book itself, the way it's tied off. And this would be great to keep as is, or to get some of those handmade papers like I talked about and put them in here also. Let's see, I wonder if you could, I think you can undo it possibly. Yeah, it's just bound with the rope type stuff here. But it's got a lot of great stories in it. And I think it's like classic literature stuff. Let's see. Charity, the place of charity like that of God is everywhere. It's got some really neat stories in there and pages in there. And it's got gold on the beginning pages. And this is, oh, it's saying it's an anthology of prayers, memorable phrases, inspirational verse, and prose from the best authors of the world, both ancient and modern. And this is from 1963. It's copyright 1938 first, and the 12th printing is 1963, it looks like. So that's probably this book right here, 1963. Again, a great vintage book for 50 cents. And then I grabbed this picture Bible, again, 50 cents. My granddaughter loves comics, and I wanted to get this out and kind of casually have it hanging around, so maybe she'll pick it up and be interested. Then I kind of found my blue books. This one is Pilgrim's Progress, and then there's this one called Assignment in Brittany. And this Pilgrim's Progress was a really old one. There he is on the front. This one is copyright 1933, this edition. And it's in very good condition. In the front, has a little sticker there of who it belonged to before. And it's got her name in it. But the binding and everything are really in great condition. This one, look at the pages. Again, looks like the handmade paper. Just love that. And this one was from 1942, the copyright. Then I found a partial set of these. You might remember these from back when you were a kid if you're around my age. And again, I was going to keep them around for the grand dude. Maybe he would like to hear some stories out of here since it's got some illustrations. I dug through those bins trying to find the complete set, and I just couldn't find any more. But these were 50 cents a piece, so I think well worth it. They're actually copyright 1957. And another set of children's books I found, someone was cleaning out. I got volume 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Again, dug around, couldn't find all of them, but these were great. They're called American Heritage, and they're from 1969, and a lot of great articles in here, and just fun for a book collector or a kid's collection or an adult. So again, those were 50 cents a piece. And then last but definitely not least I got 2 of these enormous sweater pillows that were in excellent condition. You can see it's the really nice sweater on the front, and then almost a ticking stripe on the back. And they have a zipper, and they had the down-filled pillows on the inside, and these were $3 a piece at Goodwill. They were very clean. I brought them home. I washed the inserts and the cover on hot and dried them on hot, and they have been phenomenal for the cooler months here. They're very comfortable. And I found the tag on the inside, and it was I think it's called Willow and Bee or something like that. It's from Bed Bath & Beyond, and they're $40 pillows each. And these are like new. Somebody was just changing them out or moving or whatever. And then I also found a set of gray queen size sheets that I'm pretty sure, also Bed Bath & Beyond. They were like brand new. We washed those up and my daughter put them on her bed and she said they're beautiful. There's not one thing wrong with them. So the vintage, the practical, the thrifty, we do it all here. And if you like living your style on a budget, then be sure and subscribe and share this video so we can grow the channel, because we have a lot of fun in this free range community. And I hope you'll join me next time at Free Range Cottage. Thanks for watching so much. I really love you guys. Bye-bye.